We gonna get a little deep in this video. Let me just warn you. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? How you living? How you feeling? My name is Patricia. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Get Ready With Me. You guys know I love doing these, and it seems like you guys enjoy them as well. I have some interesting things to show you guys, some different things, so I'm excited about that, and got some things to talk about too. Some pretty intense stuff. We're going to do that today. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. I'm going to be starting off with the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. And that's what that product looks like. So this is a little bit different. It's like a oil control spray that you're supposed to spray on your skin prior to makeup. I've been using this for the past few weeks. I don't have any impression on it, to be honest. I don't know if it's doing anything. But I bought it, so I'm going to use it. I mean, I don't find that my face is like extremely greasy, so maybe it's doing a little something. Maybe it's not. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution. I think this is the Precision or the Precise brow pencil. They have, I believe, 3 different kinds. And guys, this is only $5. Which is like the cheapest brow pencil, comparable brow pencil that I've found. So I really like that. I'm going to use a spoolie end to just comb out my brows a bit and then just start defining them. Y'all, my eyebrows are so disrespectful. They need to be done, but I probably will get them done later on today, actually. And then to define my brows a bit, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. If you guys missed my last Get Ready With Me, I'll go ahead and link that for you guys. We talked about YouTube and what's going on with the platform in general. And then we also talked about married life and like my thoughts on that. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy concealer in the color Walnut. And I used the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in Chestnut. And I'm just using the NARS one right under my brow because it's a little lighter than Chestnut. And I like to just highlight under the brow, the area under the brow. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm losing my light. Hold on. It's not. That's the one thing about recording at this time of day. The sun is just kind of like in and out. So you guys forgive me. You know what? My hair is going to get on my nerves. Let's see if we could pull this back a bit so it's out of my face. So let's talk a little bit about body dysmorphia. If you guys don't know what body dysmorphia is, let me go ahead and so this definition comes from the Mayo Clinic, and it speaks of body dysmorphia disorder, okay? And it says that it is a mental illness involving obsessive focus on a perceived flaw in appearance. The flaw may be minor or imagined, but the person may spend hours a day trying to fix it. The person may try many cosmetic procedures or exercise in excess. Also, the Mayo Clinic says it's a disorder in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance. A flaw that to others is either minor or not observable, but you may feel so ashamed and anxious that you may avoid many social situations. While I know people struggled, I'm messing up my brows, y'all. While I know people struggle with this on a much grander scale, I do feel like, you know, there are some of us that may struggle with a sort of body dysmorphia, not in terms of a disorder, but may struggle from time to time with highlighting some of our insecurities and literally blowing things a bit bigger than than they are recently. And when I say recently, I mean probably the last 6 to 8 months. I have felt this overwhelming obsession with my appearance, particularly my weight. Now, my weight has always been an issue for me and will always be an issue for me. But I feel like the past 6 to 8 months have been, and maybe even longer than that, have been extremely like difficult for me. I have been overweight my whole life. Always had to watch what I eat. And I think I've come to terms with, I feel like I'm spending way too much time on these browns. I feel like, I thought I came to a point where I was okay with that. Over the past 6 to 8 months, I've had a severe dissatisfaction with my weight that's more than normal or usual, and a preoccupation about it, and a sense, awareness of it that I don't feel is healthy. We gonna get a little deep in this video. Let me just warn you. Okay, I felt like I spent too much time on those brows. Let's go ahead and go to the face. I'm gonna be using the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and this is by MAC. I actually really like this foundation. I think I used it in another video before. This color is NC50, which is typically my shade for MAC foundations, but for whatever reason, I don't know if these run dark, so keep that in mind if you go and pick this up. If you are an oily girl, but you are like me and you're transitioning more to a more radiant look, but you still want the long wear, this is really, really good for that. I still get oily towards the end of the wear, but not as quickly as I would for any other sort of radiant foundation. So I really, really like this, you guys. Sometimes I have to mix it in with like a light concealer just so I can lift the color a bit. But I'm still a little chocolatey right now, so I might not need to do that. I don't think I need to do that today. We'll see. Hold on. Let's apply it to the face to see where we're at. That's not bad. I still have my color, guys. When I tell you, when I tan, I hold on to my color for a long time. This is definitely medium buildable coverage, so this might look like a lot of product on my face, but it's not. Gonna be using a clean makeup applicator sponge. Yeah, it's just a little bit dark. I think I might have to go up to an NC 42 in this one if they have it. I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Concealer in Walnut, I think the color was. Did that what I said it was? I'm typically a very confident person, and I don't think that confidence has gone away, but I think that I have let my insecurities get the best of me, and for whatever reason I've been in a space lately where I've been magnifying it. Like literally, as I look at myself in the mirror, I see someone that's much bigger than they actually are. It's troubling because I found that, it's made me uncomfortable even in social situations when that typically has not been the case. Not lately. Like I haven't been like this since like middle school. I'm using another clean makeup applicator sponge, and then we're gonna blend this out, y'all. I'm getting excited about this look, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet. The Bible talks about guarding the avenues of your heart. And I don't remember how I fell on that text or was reminded of that text. But the moment that I started to reevaluate the different things that I was ingesting. One thing I implemented was I started listening to my meditation music again, which is something that I stopped doing. Again, last week we talked about finding a new normal and what that is in marriage and being like a newlywed. So listening to my meditation music is something that I've done, that I've always done. But then now you have someone in your life that's part of your everyday, and it's like, I typically listen to my music in the morning and in the evening, and sometimes in the middle of the day if I feel anxious for whatever reason, or just want to, because it's just very calming in general. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I did a whole video, actually 2 videos, on how to deal or what to do when you feel anxious, and I will leave those up in the cards for you guys. One of those videos I talked about the ancient solfeggio frequencies, the healing properties of these tones. And so I listen to typically 528, and you can find the meditation music on YouTube. And so in this music, you hear the 528, and then around it is like strings and other calming sounds that you find in typical meditation music. And there's about 2 hours of it. I'll leave my favorite one down below. What I also did was take a look at what are the images that I'm looking at daily. I had to assess like my Instagram. There I found many issues. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Y'all already know how I feel about this. This is Bay. Hey Bay, how you doing? It's good to see you again. I'm gonna be using it under my eyes to set this. Oh, this is so beautiful. When I tell you that the way this thing just blurs up, seriously, all over the face. In just a second, I'm gonna be using the Double Wear by Estee Lauder Stay in Place powder in rich chestnut. One of my favorite powders, like from the department store. But yeah, I found a lot of issues in the people that I was following on Instagram, and I'm typically not like that person that unfollows people. And the reason why is I'm really careful about who I follow in the first place. That making sure that the person's message is positive, that it's well-rounded, that, I like whatever it is that they bring to the table, whether it's fashion, whether it's health and fitness, whether it's makeup, whether it's just positivity, lifestyle, whatever it is. I'm very careful about who I follow in the first place, but I took a lot of issue. I saw a lot of issues, especially in the health and the fitness people that I was following. And I realized that seeing these images and seeing this every day, and those of you guys who follow health and fitness gurus on Instagram, you guys know that they are typically ones who post a lot, right? And I realized that those images weren't the best for me. I'm not at a place in my life that I want to get or maintain abs. So I don't feel like that's the right health and fitness guru for me. There's this girl that I follow on here on YouTube that I really, really like. Now, health and fitness, if you don't know, that's one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube, outside of beauty related content. So I follow quite a lot of people. One of my favorites is 70 Pounds of Life. She's lost over 70 pounds now. I think it's like 100 pounds maybe. And her body type is still very relatable. I'll use that word. Even after the 100-pound weight loss or over 100-pound weight loss, still very relatable. And she does, personal training and everything like that. That is sort of the images that I believe that I should be ingesting, instead of the person who's like 120 pounds, got like 15 abs, arms cut for days, in the gym 3 times a day. It's just not realistic for me, for my lifestyle, or it's not even what I want. Let's go ahead and dust off the excess here. I always find that Estee Lauder products and MAC products work very well together. I know one owns the other. I think Estee Lauder owns MAC. We are gonna stop here and then go to the eyes. I am going to use this concealer. It's by Rimmel? Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. I typically use it under my eyes, but today I'm going to use it on my eyes. And I'm going to use it to, ooh, that's a lot, as a base for my eyeshadows, because we're going to do a little look today. What look? I don't know, but we're going to do a look. Side note, y'all, my wedding pictures came in, at least most of them. And guys, they look so beautiful. We had previews, I believe, last month. I'm excited to sit down with Joshua and look at all of them when he gets home from work. So the palette I'm gonna be using today is the Nubian 2 by Juvia'S Place. That's it in the box. I put it back in the box, but I've definitely used this palette like twice already. If you didn't know, Juvia'S Place is a controversial yet a successful Black-owned beauty brand. And you know how I feel about, can I tell you how I feel about this, and then we go back to the other conversation? How I feel about this is there's some of y'all, not some of y'all, some of us, all right, I'm just gonna be honest. Some of us, you know, where these brands have had, you know, controversial things happen, and we might leave them alone for a little while, but we go back, right? I know some of y'all sipping on Starbucks as y'all watching this video. And so if we can give that same forgiveness to these brands, then how much more so to a Black-owned brand, right? We should be even more gracious, right? If you don't, and to be honest, my opinion is a little bit different, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. I think even if you feel a type of way, if you're a person of color, you should support your own, period. That's how I feel about that. We're going to be going into, I don't even know what I'm doing, y'all. I really don't. But we just going to do something. See, I'm not going to do bronzy again because I'm looking at this color called, Ya. Ya looks beautiful. I've used it before. Oh, I've used it before. Ya looks beautiful, and I'm gravitated toward it, but I'm not going to do it. You know, this one, this Egypt color, let's go in that direction. For now, we're going to take this color called Morocco, and we're just going to put this in the crease area. I'm going to challenge myself and only use this palette. I have issues with that. Sometimes when I use palettes like this that intimidate me a little bit, I go and find myself a neutral palette to use in the crease and stuff like that. And then I use a pop of color from a palette like this. But I'm going to challenge myself and use the palette for this whole look. All right, let's do it. So Morocco's like an orange. But yeah, y'all, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I had to unfollow some influencers and Instagrammers. Some from, you know, the health and fitness genre, niche. That's the better word, I guess. And then others from not. Some from the beauty and, you know, and other genres, whatever, that I've followed just because of the body images that I was seeing. And I'm not talking about, not being able to be exposed to someone that is thinner than me or whatever, but unrealistic, super edited, super cinched waists with 30 abs. Like, y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. And if you don't, I'll like flash some images up on the screen so you guys can see the images that I'm talking about. Don't take it out of context. Don't put 20s on 10s. Okay? Don't put 20s on my 10s. Hear what I'm actually saying to you and trying to express. And I'm expressing this because I feel like it'll help somebody. Y'all know, a lot of times, I've said this before in my videos, I share things like this, and it's not for everybody, but it's for somebody, and it's enough for me to share it for that one person, right? And so that's what I had to do. You know, you have to guard your heart and guard the avenues of your heart. You know what I mean? Like, follow people who are edifying to your soul. You know what I'm saying? That tell you, like, there's one girl I follow, she's beauty influencer. I'll leave her channel down below. I don't know why her name is escaping me right now, but her name is Letitia Laura on Instagram. So super positive. And like I said, I'll leave her YouTube information down below. Let's just go ahead and go into Kenya. Kenya's down there, and I'm gonna take this in the crease as well. Letitia Laura, so positive. I think she opens with, "You are beautiful, you are worthy, you are worth it." You know, those affirmations are good to hear, you know. And yes, she's talking about beauty and makeup and all that, but her message is balanced. You know what I mean? And those are the people that you want to follow. Like, one of my other people that I like to follow is actually Obese to Beast, one of my very favorite fitness vloggers and Instagrammers. He's lost a lot of weight and used to be morbidly obese. After all of his weight loss, he has a lot of loose skin. He's chosen not to get any kind of surgery to remove the skin. That skin has become a part of him and a part of his story. And even with that, accepting his new body as is with his loose skin, which I think is a beautiful message. So I'm not, and he has like a, very nice body. So I'm not saying like it has to be people who, with a certain body type, but some people who have a balanced message. Let's just put it like that. A balanced message that truly represents where you want to be, not just on the outside, but on the inside. And I realized that things, ooh, y'all, this looks good. Juvia'S place come through. And I realized a world of difference. Y'all. I'm gonna switch brushes to one that's just a little bit more precise and smaller than what I was using. The one I was using is a little bit more fluffier. This small one, going back into Kenya and getting the corner right here. And then we're gonna go into Egypt, which is this green right here. I have a feeling this is gonna be bright. I don't know. I'm scared of it, y'all. I am. Let's see. Yes, though. Come through green. I used to wear green on my eyelids a lot. Like maybe about 5 years ago, I used to wear green on my lids a lot. It is not a color that I wear often anymore, but I'm about to Y'all, I'm about to resurrect it. But yeah, I started to see a world of difference. Also being consistent with my personal affirmations, I find myself now in a way better place. Ooh, I'm losing my light. Go back into Morocco, which is that orange, and just get the edges here a little bit to blend it out. Under the brow, we are going to be using this color called Zuri, which is this champagne-y type color here. Let's dip into that. Y'all already know I'll be overdoing it under the brow, so hold on. Up. Did it again, y'all. Fun fact, I went for an interview to MAC years ago, and the lady who was doing the interview, the group interview, was interview 1. I made it all the way to interview 3. And then they told me that my availability didn't work for what they were looking for, so I didn't get the job. But the person who was interviewing us was like super mean, super rude, super full of herself. She did compliment me though as the person who had the best makeup in the room, but that I had eyebrow highlight was way too strong. She was right though. It always is, but it is what it is. Gonna be using my Sephora colorful eyeliner, waterproof eyeliner, and the color I have it is in black, the darkest shade. I'm just gonna ground the look just a little bit. Stay close to the lash line, no wing. I don't know, for me, like wing eyeliner is super dated. Like if people have like the super big wing eyeliner, I don't like it. I really don't. Not anymore. Unless it's like by itself, like you're just doing the big wing liner and then like a bright lip. But other than that, again, if that's you, do you, boo, do you. I'm just saying, for me, it's a little much. So let's go ahead and tight line here a little bit. I'm gonna be using Sephora's situation here. Waterproof crayon contour for the eyes. Is this thing waterproof? Because this thing bleeds like a mug. Only reason why I have it is because it was free. It came in a kit of some sort. It's called Layla. Let's use that. Just cause. It's like a deep plum or something. I don't know. Well, we're just going to use it just to use a different color in the palette. It's like a deep plum maybe? I don't know. It's like a brown with like a purple. Yep. Yep, that's what that is to it. That purple though is going to make my brown eyes pop. So without people really realizing that it's like a purple color. I'm saying it like I'm going somewhere today. I'm not going anywhere today except for probably the gym and to get my eyebrows done later. Now, eyelashes, I'm going to be using the Buxom Big T's Plumping Mascara. And since I am using lashes, I'm going to only use one mascara today. I really like this mascara. I won't lie to you. It's very nice. Let's continue. Let's go to the face. We're going to be using the CoverGirl Queen Collection Bronzer in Ebony Bronze as a bronzer today. Put that right here. I'm going to use this very lightly too. Very lightly, no big contour today. And on the cheeks, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution. I feel like I've been using a lot of new products, at least to me in this video. So I like sharing newer things with you guys. This is the color Rose Kiss, and this is their Blusher Reloaded. Rose Kiss, very pretty pink, mauvey type color. Put that on the... Very pigmented. I'll take it easy though, because y'all know I tend to overdo it on the blush as well. Yeah, let's keep it right there. I don't know if y'all could see it, but in person, it does have that natural sort of, yeah, I like that. I like that. It's like barely there, but it's there. You know what I mean? And then we're going to take a highlighter by Makeup Revolution. And it is their Highlighter Reloaded and in the color Make an Impact, and it sure does. I know you guys are happy not to see my same O for Rodeo Drive. Finally graduated to something else, just so y'all don't talk bad about me. I really like this powder. This highlighter has like a pinkish thing to it, and I really like it. That is so nice. And what I like about this is if you use one layer of this stuff, you get a really natural sort of look. But if you start to build it, you do get that, you know, overdone highlight look. So it's like a great 2-in-1 type of situation. And then y'all know how I do it. Take a little bit of it, put them right here in the middle. Give a little highlight there, the tip of the nose. And then I'm going to take a brush to, yep, let's do this. Add a little bit of that same highlighter by Makeup Revolution. And then I'm going to add it in my inner corner. To have a little highlighter, a little brightness right in there. I am loving this look. Okay, let's go to the lashes and then we'll finish out with the lips. This is the Eyelure pre-glued wispies. Now I've used this once before and I thought the pre-glued thing was like a hoax. I was totally prepared to use my eyelash glue with this, but I used it without and it stayed on all day. So we are gonna try it again today. So it's like pre-glued, so it already has some sort of adhesive on it, and so you don't have to do anything. So it makes it much easier to actually apply these. It'd be funny that for whatever reason I had the hardest time putting these on today. So here they are. Just took them off of the packaging here. Now we're just gonna put them straight onto the eye. I do find that, you know, try to get placement right. You know, the first or second time, because the more you touch it to or it hits your skin, because you know your skin's oily. It's got a little oil on it, even if for the driest of skin. So you don't want to keep putting it on your skin, peeling it off, putting it on, peeling it off to see. Then it won't stay as tacky, if you know what I mean. There it is. Isn't that easy? So easy. Now, the only thing about this is I don't know because I threw away the other ones that I had. So I don't know if these work well for multiple uses. Probably not. I wish I picked up more. My bad, y'all. I had to switch batteries, but I'm back. The lashes are on and I think they look pretty good. And the application was super easy. I'm probably just going to have some of these on deck for travel. I really, really like these. Yes. I got these from Ulta, by the way, if I didn't mention that earlier. For the lips, I am going back and forth between this right here and this right here. Oddly enough, are they that different from each other? Yes. This one's a bit darker, lighter. So this is Graceful Med Boutiques. If you guys didn't know, my sister and I own a medical apparel company in which we provide accessories, beauty items, and medical scrubs for the medical professional. And this is our 12-hour liquid lipstick. This color is called ICU. I used it. Oh, how do we get all this? Hold on. Let's bring this down. Let's change it. I think I fixed it, but I'm not too sure. Yes, an ICU. And then this is ColourPop's Ultra Matte Lip in Times Square. I used this one in my last Get Ready With Me, but I feel like I want to use it again. I don't know. I'm using a different lip liner this time, and it changes the makeup of this. So I'm going to be using that. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below for you guys. And I'm going to be using a NYX, the retractable lip liner in Cocoa. And just like last week I told y'all, I like to dab it and then blend it with my ring finger. It's very pigmented, so you have to build this one up. Ooh. Yeah, I really like it with this lip liner. Sorry, y'all. I had to fix the color because that was going to bother me. It was just a little bit too red, but I think this is way better, y'all. So the lipstick is on, and I think it's pretty. Let me just put a little bit more lip liner to clean this up a bit. So now with the hair, as you guys can see, I'm rocking these braids. And they are coming to the end of their life, I think. What I usually do is I just use a mousse. This one is from Cream of Nature, and this is their Argan Oil Style and Shine Foaming Mousse. And then just to give it a little bit of sheen, I'm going to be using Olive Oil ORS Nourishing Sheen Spray. So I'm just going to take quite a bit of the foam in my hand here. And then just, especially in the middle here, I feel like that's where I need it. It just helps to lay down the flyaways. I'm not a fan of putting anything on my edges when I have braids. I just feel like you get a lot of buildup. Then you have to take out the braids prematurely, in my opinion. So I just put some mousse here in the front. And then run it down. Back to the topic of the day. I find myself now in a way better place after making those changes. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like where I was and what was happening. You know, because I've worked so hard to get to where I am, and just to becoming the confident woman that I am. I didn't like the sort of slippery slope that I was headed down. And so I know I'm not alone in this, or maybe some of you do struggle with body issues, or even body dysmorphia disorder, or low self-esteem, or whatever it is that you may be struggling with. You don't realize that the images that you see on Facebook or on Instagram, media in general, and how they affect you. So be proactive about guarding your heart and take a look at what you're ingesting and see if there needs to be changes there. I'm gonna find like this part right here. When I first got these done, these were like the triangle box braids, like the parts were like triangle, but now you can't even tell because my hair has grown in so much. I'm just gonna pull a piece away from my face on this side and do the same on this side. I'm just gonna use a hair tie to tie it in the back, and that's basically it. The approach that I've taken when it comes to my health is, I feel, a very balanced one for where I am right now, and that is being conscious of the types of food that I ingest, making sure that it is well balanced and as unprocessed as possible, and making sure that I stay active. That's okay for me. So today I encourage you and want to affirm you that you are beautiful, you are unique, you are valuable, and you are special. If no one else has told you that today, I want to be the first to tell you that. I appreciate you for stopping by today and for tuning into this Get Ready With Me. Share your stories down below if you have diagnosed body dysmorphia disorder, or are you in a similar place now like I was, sort of struggling with a sort of body dysmorphia, or if you've ever experienced anything like this in your life, or if you don't know what I'm talking about and you just want to say hey, you could do that in the comment section. I hope you guys liked the look. I really like this. This is my second Juvia'S Place palette. I am going to purchase another one. It's their blush palette. I borrowed it from a friend and fell in love with it and have been thinking about it ever since. I was like, man, I keep thinking about this blush palette. I really should get it. So I'm going to get their blush palette. It's not the first one. I believe it's the second one. They have two. So yeah, I really like this look, y'all. Like, I might actually leave this on to go to the gym. They're gonna be like, girl, what is this girl doing with the full face of makeup at the gym? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this video today and for joining me for this Get Ready With Me. I'd love to hear from you guys down below. I hope this video reaches you well and in good spirits, and I will see you guys soon with another one. And as always, God bless.